It is the first chapter of the Classic Mini Clubman restoration. Apologies again if it's not a car that you're interested in, however it fit the budget and now we're about to begin it. So first of all, we need to begin the stripping process. So...
Tom?
Yes?
We're supposed to be stripping the car, not stripping yourself.
Oh, I thought it's beginning the stripping process.
Of the car?
Oh, that's awkward. Apologies for that awkward misunderstanding with the stripping and that. Anyway, we're going to begin to strip this car, but before we do, if you just want to move aside so things so we can show the reg, we've come up with a really unique way to remember our registration. And with it being Oscar Bravo Juliet 521 Whiskey, I've come up with 1 blowjob 521. Apologies for the beeping there. So we're going to strip this car. Are you ready to get down and dirty?
No, definitely not.
You really need to stop with these awkward innuendos, don't you?
Yeah.
Dirty as in getting dirty, pulling the car apart. Right, do you know where to start?
No.
Good, because you're about to learn. Do you know what this part of the car is called, Soph?
Bonnet?
No, the hood.
No, that's what Cole says.
No, the hood. It's the hood. Anyway, Sophie's going to learn what a nut and bolt is because she ain't got the foggiest of ideas.
Don't have a degree as a car mechanic.
Don't need a degree, just buy shit, balls it up and just do it again like I've done for the past 2 years.
Got a law degree.
Right, so let's get the bonnet off, then the windows out, and then we've also got plenty of these boxes which I'll explain in a wee second. Let's go.
Did I give up? Was it too hard? Or was it too hard because I just gave up?
Press it down, Margaret.
Across.
Across?
You've just ruined my nice buttery shots. Nice buttery shots, take 2.
Did I give up? Was it too hard? Or was it too hard because I just gave up? Just gave up. Did I sleep away the day because I was tired? Or did I get tired because I slept too much? Slept too much. We go up and down, we go up and down on this roller coaster ride, roller coaster ride. We fall back sometimes, we fall back sometimes on this.
Oh. What's that tool called that you're using?
Spanner?
Oh dear.
No?
A socket.
A socket.
Start again. Take 2.
Right, guys, I really don't think...
Oh my... You snapped the bolt! You penis! She snapped the effing bolt. And that's the side that shouldn't have snapped. Doesn't matter about the other one. Oh! I think we should just go back to me doing this. She's causing me more work. If you're like me, you'll like to keep hold of your old registration plates, and there's one place that I'm going to put this, and we'll spin the camera around and I'll show you. Right now, son. Stuff like this and window wipers, I'm really not too fussed about keeping because they're cheap, they're inexpensive. For a full set of them, they're 20 quid. For a new rubber, it's a tenner. Stuff like that isn't really reusable. So we're going to keep as much as we can, but the bits that I know that are cheap from doing the last minute, we're just going to bin and buy new because space, time, and I just want to be as efficient as possible with this one. So yeah, let's chuck that one in the bin. Look what I just found. Original badge, mate. That will be going back on the car in style. Well,
You ain't, I know you.
We've pretty much stripped the back end of the car. I am pretty impressed with the boot floor. There is a few holes, nothing major though. All this is immaculate. However, when we do build the jig for the car and spin it over, we'll probably find a nightmare of things. However, just a pointer, these pieces of interior go above the sliding windows. Now these clips, from experience, I don't know whether they are, so don't quote me on it, but stuff like this is rare as rocking horse shit for a Mini, so I'm going to salvage them and keep hold of them just in case I can't get some new ones. A really interesting artifact is, if you want to come close, so I found this quite good. This is the door card, and that's the cutout for around the petrol tank spout. And if we spin it round from off the production line at Leyland, you've got Mini Club, whatever that says, and you've got Arch, and you've got a date, and I think that's 76. So that's maybe, I wonder if that was when that was produced. So in 1976. I reckon they'll clean up well. However, they're not going to go with the interior that I've got in mind. I am thinking of doing like a beige interior, similar stitch pattern to what I've got in my Mini, but with like a navy blue cream pipe stitching and keeping the rustic brown. So we're going to keep that for now because we'll use it as a template to make the other ones. But other than that, we'll carry on stripping the car and storing things properly in style. After removing this wheel, the tyres are brand spanking new. They've still got spikes on them, and it appears the wheels have been re-powder coated quite badly. They are definitely salvageable. I think I will take the tyres off and get them re-powder coated again because it's inexpensive, but I'll probably end up keeping these if we go for the originality look, or we may sell them to buy some other wheels, but they're pretty much brand new. Drum brakes, they will be going for discs because they're shocking. But we'll get the car back on its wheel and then we'll try and take the rest of it apart. We are officially running out of daylight. We did get dirty, didn't we, Soph? Show us your hands. Other side. Come on. Come on, that is shocking.
I've cut my finger.
Well, you just did the middle finger.
Sorry.
So we ran out of daylight. We're going to come back to this tomorrow. We've got most of the doors off, all the glass out apart from the rear sliding windows. We've got the rear doors off. All the panels are currently behind you where you're looking. And then tomorrow we're just going to strip it again. We've got boxes to store things in, and then once we've got the majority of it stripped out, we'll take the engine out, and then the plan is to build a jig so we can spin the car sideways. I can sandblast the underneath, see what I've got left, and begin to start welding. Well, learning to weld. It's going to be an awkward one. But other than that, we'll join you in the morning where I might be on my own, depending whether she can be arsed doing this again. Battery's flashing, girl, we better go.
Better go.
Be seeing you. So it would appear, after removing the bolts that hold the petrol tank in, it has disintegrated, and that is my Mini on the floor. But wait till you see this. This is the fuel tank, completely split in half, rotten all across there. How does it do this? So I'm really worried what's going to be underneath this, because if you look there, the floor looks mint. However, once we remove this fuel tank, I think we're going to open a can of worms. The issue I've got is I can't get the fuel tank out because the bolts are just absolutely rusted. They don't exist anymore at the back end, so I'll probably have to grind it out, which I'm a bit wary about because obviously an empty fuel tank is a massive vapour pocket and highly explosive. Yeah, the more I dig into this, the less car I seem to be left with. But that's the joys of restorations, I suppose. The more you dig, the less you're left with. You can start again. It is rotten at the back, which was highly expected. But other than that, let's carry on and let's see what else we're left with. So I'm going to have to apologise that this is a short and sweet episode. However, I've stripped the car as far as possible now, and we're just waiting an engine crane to arrive so we can strip the engine out. So that's what's going to happen in the next episode. But as you can see, the shell is solid in some areas, but that petrol tank, I really don't want to know what's underneath that. So in the next strip down episode, we're going to take the engine out, we're going to drop the subframes, and we're going to get the shell sat on a pallet ready for us to make a jig, because I need to make a jig to spin this car over to weld the floor because it is an absolute mess. One top tip when stripping a car is this: buy yourself a load of boxes, put all your nuts in one, even if they're old and scraggy, because that way you can take them to a shop, give them and say, can I have brand new equivalents of all of those, which is what I'm going to do. The engine bay, ooh, it's okay. However, I found a split there, and I'm hoping that's not a stress factor, because if it is, that's going to be a nightmare to fix. This looks fairly okay. Up there is ruined. The worst bit is this part of the bulkhead. Now, I'm not really sure. Oh wow, that was a good angle. Let's have a look through there. Look at that for an angle, boys. So yeah, that is just going to be a bit of a nightmare to fix, I've got a feeling. Other than that, it is pretty solid everywhere else. Inside the car, it's an absolute mess. Splashboard, typical place for them to go. Obviously it's gone there on both sides. The other side is nowhere near as bad. This side is horrific, so that'll need the new splash guard. The floor has got this horrific plate put in. It's just been patched everywhere. There's a big hole there. There's two massive holes there. However, the rear floor does seem immaculate apart from the top of this shock absorber where it's a bit rotten there, which shouldn't be too hard of a repair, just an inner arch. I'll probably do that. So from above, the car does seem okay. However, as soon as we strip it down and flip it upside down, I think we're gonna open a massive can of worms and find a lot more bad stuff. We're in it for the long haul. We're in it to restore it properly and do it right. And then this car, I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep it yet. I really want to keep it. However, I'm seeing pound signs when I sell it. It might give me the opportunity to get my own house. So we don't know yet. I am quite attached to it already, but don't tell the missus that because she'll be quite annoyed. She didn't join me in the other half of the strip because she's been out, you know, sorting things out for New Year and that. So hat off to her, it saved me a job and I've just cracked on with the car. But what I will say, guys, is join me in the next one where we'll take the engine out, we'll get this car back to a proper bare shell, and then we can begin to make a jig, and after we've made a jig we'll start sandblasting because I've got a sandblaster to go with the compressor. And if you're new here, just you know what you need to do. You need to just press that little subscribe button, ding that bell. You'll know every time I upload, which is, well, I'd love it to be every week, but the time it takes to film these productions, as I call them, and do the voiceovers, everything, it just takes forever. And I say it in every episode, it takes forever, but it does. So apologies for the slow upload. I am going to try and get more out this year in 2019. It's going to be a struggle working full time, but we are going to make the most of it. Also, if you've seen the lights on my red Mini, the one that I've just finished restoring, are for sale on my website. Now, I've tried to keep the price as minimal as possible, but if you want them, they're there, limited stock. I've got 6 left in stock. There will be more coming, but I don't know when because I have to wait for them to come over and get shipped and all that. It's a nightmare. So we've got those on sale. We will be selling some socket sets soon, TCR socket sets to be precise, and the stickers are there. So if you want to help support this channel and allow me to get this car done a lot quicker by boosting the funds for it, that's great. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you had an amazing new year.